Hi guys, Dr. Leon Bristow here, and in this video we're going to show you how to use Google Sheets to improve your video ranking. Now Google Sheets is interesting because I started pioneering the use of Google Sheets way back when BitPenguin first came out and we were able to get a hold of the YouTube variations. And so let's get into what we need to show you. We have the Google Drive. We'll click on it, get into your Google Drive. You'll see your folders. If you set them up properly, you should have a folder that you've made public, and you'll see the stuff we've been putting in there. We have the drawing and the slide or the presentation in there. And so what we want to do now is add a Google Sheet. So let's go down to Google Sheets. And one way to use this, which I pioneered way back, is to set up your YouTube variations. First, we're going to grab our title so that we give the sheet a name. Keyword name, always the title of your video is what you want to use. Paste. Make sure you click outside of that. Start. So you got that going. And now we're going to paste our YouTube variations in here, and we're going to do some more over here. So first thing we need to do is get our YouTube variations, and in the OTO one, Cliff helped Gary make a program called Variant Master, and so what we need to do is drop in our tail end of our link, YouTube link, but we also need to select either HTTP, HTTPS, or both. In this case, we're going to do both, and I'll show you. And then we're going to select either share, KP, or both. And so we simply drop that in there. So let's go get our what we're looking for from watch on. And sometimes it'll mess up when you're trying to copy things. There we go. Grab that and get back over here. Let's see. Variant Master, drop that in there. Boom. All you have to do is create variations. Now this may take a minute or so. We've got to click on this before we can let it work. And so we're going to drop out of that so we can see it. And boom, you have all your variations. There's 472 available variations. What we need to do is copy all of that, every last one, make a copy, then come over here, and let's get this out of the way. Simply paste it in, CTRL-V, and boom, you've got them all in there. Now the next step we need to take is we're going to copy about half, say 250. So we clicked on the top link, hold down the shift key, and we're going to drop down here to say 250 and make a copy of those. What happens, we're going to go use Master Shorty, and let's get that. So you need to hit CTRL C for copy. In Master Shorty, it only handles so many links at once, and what we're actually doing now is making our Google shortened URLs, which is going to add some useful backlinking power to our main links that we already have. So what we do is we drop in about half at a time, say around 250 out of the 472. So we paste those in there, and we simply hit run in the Master Shorty program. If you pick up the OTO, you'll have Master Shorty. And while this is working, I'm going to pause and let it finish. Okay, when it gets done, it shows this create a CVS file, and I don't actually like that because on my Windows 10 it doesn't work. It pastes it to your desktop, and I get no CVS file. When I click on it and try to get in, there's nothing there, so it's pretty not working for me. So we click no. What we want to do is grab our shortened URLs and get them out of there. And you'll see there's spaces in here as this goes down. And what we need to do is delete those spaces. So what we're going to do first is copy this and then come over to a document, whatever you choose to use, paste them in, and you can see right here we're going to be deleting those spaces. But what we need to do is go finish and get the rest of our links. So we're going to come over here, and the easiest way is really just to close the program and start it again. So I'm going to pause for a second while I do that. Okay, we got the program up. What we need to do is copy the rest of the links now. So we'll get down here and let's go from here down. Hit your shift key and get on down to the bottom of 472. There we go. Down to here. Now CTRL-C for copy. And then we can go in to these in here and hit run. I'm going to pause again while this works. Okay, we're done, and again I click no because it's CVS is not working on my computer. And so we simply copy these. Okay. Now let's get over to our document file. We can add these now to the end of this. And boom, what we need to do now is start up through there and get rid of all the spaces. Like I said, ever so far there's a little break in here, and what you need to do is get rid of those. So I'm going to pause while I finish that. Okay, once you've got all the spaces out, then we just simply need to copy this. So we'll select all and copy. Then we'll get back over here to our spreadsheet at the bottom. We want to continue on, so we hit CTRL-V to paste everything in there. There you go. Now you have your 472 links, your 472 Google Shorten links, which adds more link juice to things. So what we actually need to do now is we've got to get our keyword as title for all of the links. Get back over there. We'll paste that in there. CTRL-V, and we need to do that for all the documents. So let's copy that, CTRL-C, come down here, hit shift, and we're going to go all the way to the end. There we go. Down here. Boom. Now we paste that in, CTRL-V, and now you've got it. Pretty easy, right? And pretty simple. Now we have tons of backlinks and a lot of power added to our system. Now we need to go in and do our comments like we've done before. So we simply go in here and let's go over here and grab, and I've added the presentation in the shortened version. You can have both versions in there. You can, there's a lot of ways to spin this to get more power. I'm just showing you a brief version. Let's get over here, drop that in, get down here. And you have to space over before you drop your other stuff in. Makes it easier. Then let's go get our keywords or whatever you want to stuff in there. Related information. You can even do descriptions a bit or other links, anything relating to this. There's a lot of ways to do the stuffing and set it up. So we go ahead and drop all that in there. And again, like I said, you want to fill it out as much as you can. Put as much in there as possible. because this is where you can really start gaining some power. So we drop that in there. And now we're good to go. So the next thing we need to do is get our share link. Remember, we go in and advanced. And so we grab the link, get a copy, prevent, disable, save changes, come down here, sheet section, we would save that to here. There, so let's go grab it. We're done here. Remember, we always want to publish when we're done. Come down here where it says publish to the web. Totally different link, totally different system, adds more power. So always, always, always publish and grab that link. Copy and paste. There's so many things you can do with these links, guys, and you can go in and Google shorten them and use the Google shorten links. So there's tons of things you can do. So you've got to keep your link list. That's highly critical. And we're essentially done. The other thing you can do is take those links over and ping them if you want. There's no harm in doing that, and you can associate keywords with it that way. So that's one of the things you can do. And I wanted to let you guys know, if you need to get a hold of me for any reason, I'm on Facebook, Leon Bristow. You can also feel free to join my Facebook group, somewhat private group. It's Video Ranking Secrets, so I invite you to join me there. This is one of the 3 things in Google Drive that we like to get set up, and it should add a lot of power to your video ranking. And Gary may have some variations on these, may do things slightly different in his PDFs, so pay attention there. This is the way I set them up. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And feel free to connect with me at any time.